Hey, Greg. First of all, can you your thoughts on the defensive effort tonight? What did you like out of the group compared to, I guess, even last week, probably?
I thought the group was resilient. I mean, we not an easy field to play on, at least for us anyway. And when we attacked fast. And again, we get a little bit separated from front to back, which meant the guys who were underneath the ball or behind the ball had some work to do. I think we dealt with 25 or something crosses that guys had to clear out, and in the grand scheme of all that, not many of them turned into something dangerous. We won the initial ball on a lot of them. I think the one that was scariest for me was the Morris one at the end. I thought the rest we handled quite well. I think it's just the resiliency of the group. It was, again, they dealt with some awkward, I think, number situations coming at them a few times, and we did a good job of just kind of pulling together and dealing with stuff, whether it was crosses or things coming at us. So just a resilient effort and one we needed today because it wasn't, for us, for a number of reasons, wasn't the easiest day to possess and keep the ball, and we were a little bit in a rush when we got our chances to go forward, and the guys behind it just had to stay strong.
Greg, can you talk a little bit about the difference between last year and this year? And at this point last year, you had the supporters boycott and all that other stuff, but the way the team is, the atmosphere around the team, it just feels like totally different. More confidence, no doubt. Can you talk a little bit about that from your perspective and why that might be?
Yeah, I think it's a good group. It's an energetic group. They like each other. They work together. They spend time together. They enjoy playing together. I think they look at each other's qualities and see how they fit and work, and they're enjoying that. Getting results early helps always. Not having stuff going around on the outside that's stressful for everybody also helps. And when the guys come out and they train, they enjoy it, they get after it. When they play, they look like they enjoy playing together. And again, when results come, then good things come. But I feel like just the energy around the club in the off season, and with the additions of the guys that we got, and the injection of some pace and some individual quality there brings some excitement. Like every time we touch the ball, something can happen, just with the guys that are out there. And so I think that keeps even the fans engaged, because at some point this, any possession could turn into a breakout, a run, or something that can be interesting. And I think, all those things kind of fit together and into, a group that's feeling really confident. And, even today at times we suffered a little bit defensively just to get things done, but they were willing to do it, protecting a lead. Getting out in front in games is important. That wasn't something that we did a lot last year either, but getting out on the front end and protecting a lead, but also going for the second one. So just a lot of things. I just think a lot of positive energy is inside the building around the club, and with this group, they're an energetic group that is exciting. So that's also helping the situation.
Hey, Greg, I got just a couple of little pieces of business, and then I got a real question for you. First, Castris, do we have a feel for what we're looking at there? It looked like they're looking at his knee.
I don't know exactly. I don't think it was knee. I think it was more muscular precaution type of thing. But I don't know exactly. I'll find out as I go check in on him. But I think he was starting to tighten up or somewhere, and so it was a precaution. I hope we'll see.
Okay, and then Jovovich is a groin injury.
Yeah.
And where he was able to come in and play, obviously. Where is he in the grand scheme? And also, as part of that, just what you saw from Barry?
Yeah, I think, first with Dejan, it was towards the end of the game-ish, right around when he scored. I think he just felt something growing issue. Soon after that, I checked in with him on the field. He checked in with me. He asked for the sub, so we took him off in the last game. This week, he didn't really train until yesterday. He trained a little bit early in the season. I know he was, going for a record potentially, but he's too important to risk him for the long haul. So again, he got through training yesterday, so we felt like he was comfortable for a short run or a short stint, but we didn't want him out there for the long haul. And so, that was his run for today. I think he'll progress and he'll be fine. It was a minor issue, but again, precaution at this point in the season is important. Miguel always puts in a shift. I mean, he works and works and works, and he's powerful. He's a powerful runner. He had a couple chances here and there in the game, as we keep building with him, I like him to get a little more efficient at times with where he's putting in the work and win, and continuing to just grow and get used to the group and the team and stuff like that. But he's a handful, and he'll run hard, which makes it, gives a challenge for center backs, and it gives you a little bit more size and compete than when he comes in. I really like him towards the end of games. I feel like he's a big handful when he comes on towards the end of the game. So today was a chance for him to start and to see what he could bring to the equation. So, but I like him. I like him as and complementary to Dayon at times. And we've seen them together, and they combined for a goal, if you recall, in where we were in Nashville. So it's good. I like his work rate, and we'll just keep building off of that.
Then can you maybe go into a little more detail on the way that the field affected you guys? Because I think it did favor them. And a lot of it, I think, has to do with your speed and the inability for the footing and the running and the way that the field is slowing down the ball.
Yeah, I think I don't know if it favored them or favored us, or because they managed to put some passes together and be a little bit more controlled with some of their possessions than we were. I felt like we were. Again, we have a lot of pace at the top, and when we break out and get into these spaces where we can look forward, we're super eager to take off and get going forward. I thought in the second half we had a couple where we pulled back and we played in their half for a little bit. But I felt like it was, for sure at times, just the uncertainty of whether you hit a pass and it's going to stop, and taking risks sometimes playing between the lines. I felt like guys were a little hesitant sometimes to slip balls into the pivots and maybe play off of that because you don't want to lose something in between your lines. We talked about trying to build our attacks more on the outsides and less through the middle just because of the uncertainty. When we went back to John, we took very little risk. With John, everything was just launched up the field, of which we kicked half of them out of bounds, and a lot of them we didn't win, so they came right back at us. So I think it probably as much affected us sort of just mentally. Plus, when you're protecting a lead, then maybe you don't want to take quite as much risk as if you're down a goal. You're maybe willing to go ahead and push the ball through and see if you can do some things. So, I felt like we didn't over the long stretch of the game, we didn't settle into kind of any sort of possession play too much. There's a couple times we got out and pulled it back, like I said, but it wasn't something that was consistent. And I thought we were really, to be fair, I thought we were quite poor in the building out of our half of the field over the course of the day, which seemed like, again, minimal risk and a fear to sometimes play the pass you have to play to get out of some of those situations.
Greg, can you talk a little bit about Peck getting the goal, but also just his first 90-minute performance for you guys, and sort of how he was able to, I think, have one of the better games on the field today?
Yeah, I thought he was excellent, especially on a field like this, and some of the times where you need a guy to be able to carry forward, protect the ball, spin out of something. His ability to hold people off and Nuhu's not an easy defender to play against, and he was able to push him into the space a few times, win some territory, beat him a couple times, but also just to be strong enough to hold and spin out and get us some territory, like I said. And I thought he was really good. Obviously, he got the goal in the first half. So I thought the performance was really good. Or I think we all just collectively need to continue to improve. Is we need to reorganize and get into better defensive spots and work together on the defensive side. I feel like we're still a little bit, some of us are resting when others are working, and we need to all work together a little bit more, a little more collectively. I'm saying that with Gabriel just because he's a little bit newer to the group, and I think in the past he's been used to really just kind of defending fullbacks, but weak side defending and stuff, and that's for everybody. I just think that's something, but I thought his effort was fantastic, and he covers a lot of ground over the course of games. We've seen it now in his data in the last couple of games that his capacity to run high speeds for a lot of yards and to do the work is exceptional. But we saw some of his talent today that we haven't seen as much of in the other games that we saw tonight, which is special. I can't wait till all of them get on a good field and get clicking together and to see what all the possibilities are with this group.
Hey, Greg, congratulations on the win. The team is unbeaten right now. It's played a couple of teams that you guys traditionally have trouble with in SKC and Seattle. Now you guys have another tough game next week against LAFC and El Tráfico. Does that game take on any more of significance right now with the team unbeaten and the momentum that it has, or is it just another match in the calendar at the moment?
I think it's another El Tráfico, I think, which is something everybody looks forward to. They're highly competitive, highly emotional. Games there are always difficult, and trying to find your balance between, managing the things that they're able to do along with trying to do the things that we're capable of doing is always an interesting challenge as we go there. But I think, for us now that we're, I don't know, up there, I guess, on top of the table or somewhere up there. Okay, that sounds good. I thought so. Thought I saw the picture. We want to stay there, so that's the the challenge. We want to stay unbeaten. We want to stay on the top. We're going and playing our rivals, and like I said, a highly emotional contest, and we look forward to it. These challenges that have been presented to us at the beginning. When I looked at our schedule, to be honest with you, at the start of the season, I thought, shit, this is going to be a really difficult start to the season because a number of these games are on the road against really good opponents that are hard to beat, that we don't have particularly great records against, and the guys have managed each of these in our own way. We've managed each of these to get something out of them, which has been special. This next week is going to be no different from that way, and it's going to be a huge challenge, but the resiliency of the group and the quality of the group makes me excited to go in there and see what we can do.
Thanks for your time, Greg.
Yep, thank you.
And next we'll